Okay, so today we'll be learning about eukaryotic DNA replication. Now I have already uploaded the PPT and video related to this, so we will study this in detail. So we'll look at the definition. So it is making identical copy of your DNA wherein the old DNA is used as a template for the synthesis of new DNA strands. So these are the contents of your chromosome, that is your DNA, protein and chromosomal RNA. So cell cycle, if you see, the DNA replication occurs in the S phase of the cell cycle. So this is the central dogma of molecular biology, wherein replication of DNA is one part, then conversion of DNA to RNA is called transcription, and RNA to protein it is called as translation. So this is the basic difference between the eukaryotic replication and prokaryotic replication. So eukaryotic replication, it occurs in the nucleus, then it has more than one origin, about 150 nucleotides the origin length is, then and the DNA polymerases which are responsible are alpha, beta, gamma, delta and epsilon. So what the basic rule of replication is, first is it is semi-conservative. Now what semi-conservative means? Semi-conservative means that the total new DNA is not formed, only one of the strand is old, whereas on that strand another strand of DNA synthesized, so one is retained and one is the new, so hence it is called as semi-conservative model. Then the synthesis, it always occurs in the direction of, in the 5' to 3' direction. RNA primer is required, and in humans it occurs at the rate of 3000 nucleotides per minute. So these are the basic components of DNA replication. So first is your DNA polymerase, then you have helicase, topoisomerase, primase, ligase, SSB proteins, your DNTPs, that is your dinucleotide bases, Mg2+ and your ATP. So this is the role of the individual proteins or the enzymes which are involved. So DNA helicase, what is done? It unwinds the double helix of the DNA. So first step in DNA synthesis is whatever the double strand is there, that is removed, that is unwinding takes place. Then you have RNA primase, so this synthesizes the RNA primers which are required for replication. Next is single stranded binding protein, so this keeps the two strands separated, that is again they are not interlinked, so it is called as DNA strand binding protein, SSB. Then you have DNA polymerase alpha, which adds RNA during the initiation. Next is delta, so it does the proofreading. What is proofreading? That if there are any wrong bases which are inserted in the DNA, that are removed, so that proofreading is done by delta polymerase. Then RNA polymerase epsilon, it is for the synthesis of DNA and again for proofreading. And DNA ligase, so at the end the two strands which are synthesized, they are joined and the DNA repair is done by DNA ligase. So first is your DNA polymerase alpha, so this is involved in the initiation process. So what it does, it synthesizes the RNA primer. Now for the initiation, the DNA two strands, they get separated, and on the leading strand you have the RNA primer, and to which the nucleotide bases are added. Then you have DNA polymerase delta, so this is the polymerase which is on the lagging strand. So now if you see the DNA, there are two strands, one is 3' to 5' and another is 5' to 3'. So the leading strand is the one wherein the DNA bases are added from, because the addition of DNA bases takes from 5' end to 3' end. So that is called as the leading strand, whereas the lagging strand, on that only small parts of DNA are synthesized which are later on joined. So those are called as Okazaki fibers. So on the lagging strand, the DNA is synthesized in small parts called as Okazaki fibers. So DNA polymerase delta plays a role in that. Next you have DNA polymerase epsilon. So this catalyzes the replication of the leading strand. Also it contributes in proofreading. Then you have DNA polymerase beta, which is again involved in DNA repair, and DNA polymerase gamma, which is replicating enzyme present in the mitochondria. Now these are the proteins which are involved in the eukaryotic DNA synthesis. So first is pCNA, proliferating cell nuclear antigen. So this provides substrate for DNA polymerase delta in the eukaryotic cells. Then you have replication protein A, so it also called as the SSBs, which we have seen, and you have replication factor C. Then you have origin recognition complex, so wherever the origin is, that will be recognized by this, and mini chromosomal maintenance complex called as the MCM complex. Now DNA ligase. Now what is the role of DNA ligase? The role of DNA ligase is to seal both the ends. So whatever the new strands are synthesized, those will be sealed using DNA ligase. So these are the stages of DNA replication. First is initiation, then you have elongation, and last is termination. So during the initiation, so an origin of replication is formed, and the two strands which are intertwined, they are unwinded, and it leads to a formation of replication fork. So on that replication fork, then a primer is added for the synthesis of complementary DNA strands. So when the replication fork is formed, one is 3' to 5' end, and another is 5' to 3'. So a primer is added on both the strands, which will lead to addition of the new nucleotides bases which are complementary to the, like if you have A in one strand, other part you will have C. And elongation. During elongation, leading strand is made continuously, while the lagging strand, as we discussed earlier, it is in pieces called as Okazaki fibers. So initiation. So there are two steps: pre-replication formation, complex formation in G1 phase, and activation in the S phase, wherein the DNA replication occurs. So this is in brief, the cell cycle regulation. So in the G phase, there are low levels of CDK, so it leads to formation of pre-RC complex. So these are the steps. We will not go in details of this. Now next. Now enzymatic activity. So the topoisomerases are responsible for removing the supercoil ahead of the replication fork. So again the fork doesn't wind again. So that isomerase helps in that. Helicase, it involves in the unwinding. Then your DNA polymerase alpha, in associated with RNA primase, it adds the nucleotides bases to the RNA primer. Then poly A for priming synthesis and elongation of the new formed DNA. So this is the replication fork. If you see now, this is your wound DNA. Then unwinding takes place. So you have 5' to 3' and 3' to 5'. So this is the leading strand, because the bases are added from 5' to 3', whereas this is the lagging strand, because it is opposite to that of the addition. So here you can see there is single stranded DNA binding protein SSB, then you have DNA helicase, and this is your primase which inserts the RNA primer, and these are your Okazaki fibers. So this is, again it is a pictorial representation. So these are the Okazaki fibers, RNA primer, whereas this is your leading strand. Now we'll see the leading strand synthesis. So it starts with the primase activity. So DNA polymerase with the help of RNA primers keeps on adding the DNTPs, and RNA polymerase delta binds to PCN at the 3' end of the growing strand to carry out highly processive DNA synthesis on the leading strand. So The DNA polymerase can extend the initial RNA primer with about 20 nucleotides of DNA. And as we have seen, addition occurs from 5' to 3' direction. So this is the priming in eukaryotes. So this is the RNA primer, this is the DNA polymerase. Now next is your lagging strand synthesis. So RNA primer synthesized by DNA polymerase alpha are used. So they are for 5' to 3' direction. So for the lagging strand, the Okazaki fibers are formed wherein small parts of DNA is synthesized, which is later on joined together. So this is the summary of DNA replication. Helicase, so first helicase, it will cause the unwinding, then single stranded proteins will bind, then you have your DNA polymerase. This is the leading strand, which is continuous. For the lagging strand, you have RNA primer and DNA polymerase. So small fibers, Okazaki fibers are formed, and after that it is joined by the enzyme ligase. So histone synthesis is continuous throughout the cell, but it is mostly produced in S phase. Now how replication ends, that is your termination. So DNA polymerase, now it cannot replicate on the lagging strand. So the telomere is a GC rich terminal protein of chromosome. It is highly repetitive and conserved sequence present in eukaryotes. So these are the sequences, telomeric sequences. So what happens at the termination? So the terminal primer is removed and the telomerase they cause the joining of the Okazaki fibers. So this is the last part, that is editing and proofreading. So proofreading is nothing but if there are any wrong bases inserted in the DNA, those are removed and it is repaired. See, if you can see, this is the thymine which is accidentally inserted. It is removed and replaced by whatever the gap is formed, that is replaced. So these are the inhibitors of DNA replication. So the conclusion is that the process of DNA replication is highly conserved. Conserved means that one is new strand and one is the old strand. Then major replication, major replication features in simpler organisms extend uniformly. So hence it is called as semi-conservative model. Thank you.